Hey, listen, I'm just ready. I'm just ready.
Jake Paul just got knocked out by none other than Iron Mike Tyson. We're talking a one-punch KO that left Jake's face looking like a modern art piece made of bruises. What does our YouTuber turned boxer do after getting his lights turned out? He pulls the plug on the entire fight. That's right, all the hype, press conferences, and endless promotions vanished, just like Jake's confidence after meeting Tyson's fist. After all that build-up, Jake suddenly realizes he's not ready to face a living legend like Mike Tyson. It's next-level insanity. But don't get too comfortable, Tyson isn't letting him off the hook that easily. November 15th, 2024 was circled on every boxing fan's calendar for what was expected to be one of the sport's most epic battles. On one side, you had Mike Tyson, the fearsome heavyweight who once struck terror into the hearts of his opponents. On the other side was Jake Paul, the loudmouth YouTuber turned boxer who's made a name for himself by stirring up controversy. This wasn't just another fight, it was a collision of eras. A showdown to see if Jake's brashness could stand up to Tyson's legendary power. Now that dream fight hangs in the balance. As soon as the fight was announced, the sports world went into a frenzy. Social media exploded with endless predictions and heated debates. Could Jake Paul, despite his previous wins, actually survive in the ring with a legend like Mike Tyson? The buzz was everywhere, memes, hashtags, and non-stop chatter. It was clear that this fight had captured the curiosity of millions, all eager to see if Jake had finally met his match. But Jake Paul, never one to shy away from the spotlight, seemed to thrive on the attention. Riding high on a series of wins that silenced his doubters, his confidence skyrocketed. But it wasn't just confidence, it was pure arrogance. In every interview and post, Jake didn't hold back. He took jabs at Tyson's age, questioned his endurance, and boldly claimed
I'm going to do my talk and I'm going to talk my shit, but I'm ready to fight.
Tyson's glory days were long gone. Jake painted himself as the new face of boxing, the young predator ready to dethrone the old king. But if Jake thought his trash talk would get under Tyson's skin, he was sorely mistaken. Mike Tyson, the former heavyweight champion known for his devastating knockouts, barely flinched. The stage was set for an unforgettable showdown. Mike Tyson wasn't interested in verbal sparring, he was here to remind everyone why he once ruled the ring. With the calm demeanor of a man who's seen it all, Tyson shrugged off Jake Paul's taunts with quiet, steely confidence. When asked about Jake's trash talk, Tyson kept it brief but powerful, promising that this fight would be a stark reminder of why he was once the most feared name in boxing. Then came the press conference on August 18, 2024. Tyson didn't just show up, he took control in a way only he could. What was meant to be a routine event in the fight's build-up turned into a spectacle. The entire room, Jake Paul included, was left speechless as Tyson's presence dominated the stage. Tyson wasn't there to talk, he was there to shake things up. He kicked off by dropping a bombshell: the fight would be decided by knockout only. No technicalities, no ref stepping in, just pure, unfiltered KO. The room went dead silent for a moment before erupting with gasps and whispers. Who else would lay down a rule like that? Only Tyson. This wasn't just a tweak, it was a challenge. The message was clear: if Jake wanted to win, he'd have to put Tyson down for good. But Tyson wasn't done yet. As the room started to catch its breath, he dropped another surprise: mandatory, random drug tests. And not the usual predictable pre-fight ones. Tyson was making it clear this fight would be real, raw, and fought on his terms. Tyson wasn't talking about the usual predictable tests, he wanted random drug tests with no heads up, no time to prepare, just a guess what, it's testing time scenario. And everyone knew exactly who Tyson was targeting: Jake Paul. The poster boy for controversy, Jake has been at the center of more rumors than a Hollywood scandal. Tyson was sending a clear message: this fight would be clean, with no shortcuts or shady wins. If you followed Jake Paul's so-called boxing journey, you know he's had more sketchy moments than a mystery novel. People have been raising eyebrows at his wins for a while now, and Tyson was ensuring there would be no question marks hanging over the outcome of this fight. Especially those perfectly timed TKOs that always seem to wrap up just when things get a little too close for comfort. Rumors of bribed referees and rigged matches have stuck to Jake Paul like glue. But Tyson, being the knockout legend that he is, wasn't about to let any shady tactics tarnish his reputation. By scrapping technical knockouts and throwing in surprise drug tests, Tyson was basically telling Jake, if you want to beat me, you're going to have to earn it the hard way. And good luck with that. The real kicker? Jake Paul's reaction was pure gold. As Tyson laid down the new rules, you could almost see Jake's brain freeze. That usual arrogant smirk disappeared in a flash, replaced with a look of genuine fear. The knockout-only rule alone was enough to make him uneasy. His odds suddenly seemed as shaky as a loose tooth. But it was the surprise drug
Fuck Jake Paul. Fuck Jake Paul.
tests that really had him breaking a sweat. The fight had just taken a serious turn, and Jake knew it. Jake wasted no time pulling the legal card, complaining that Tyson's new rules violated their agreement and claiming it was all unfair. But seriously, Jake, who are you kidding? Back in March, during negotiations, Jake had agreed to let Tyson set the terms. There was no sneaky fine print. Jake knew exactly what he was signing up for. His outburst was just a desperate attempt to avoid a fight he wasn't ready to handle. Naturally, the media had a field day. Headlines were filled with stories about Jake's discomfort and the supposed legal mess he was stirring up. But anyone familiar with Jake Paul knows his tactics by now. When things get
They'll never give me credit. That's the way it is. That's the way it is.
tough, he starts creating distractions. It's classic Paul strategy: dodge, deflect, and distract. Tyson, however, was unshaken. Having seen it all before, he wasn't about to be rattled by Jake's stunts. Tyson's message was clear: this match would be fought on his terms, no shortcuts. Tyson's approach was honest, straightforward, and conclusive: no aliases, no distractions, just two competitors in the ring, with only one walking away as the winner. With the tension between them dialed up to the max, the stakes for this fight have skyrocketed. Tyson's rule changes have taken an already colossal event and transformed it into something truly legendary. This showdown is about more than just bragging rights. It's about preserving the very essence of the sport. As November 15th, 2024 approaches, it's clear this will be a night people will be talking about for a long time. Jake Paul better hope his chin can live up to his social media swagger, because Tyson isn't here to play games. The media jumped on this like it was the hottest gossip, splashing Jake's complaints all over the headlines. They couldn't stop talking about his whining, with analysts dissecting every word to determine if Jake had a legitimate point or if he was just playing his usual victim card. Jake claimed Tyson's no TKO rule was a sneaky trick to prevent him from scoring a lucky win, and painted the random drug tests as a cheap shot to make him look bad. Despite Jake's repeated denials of using anything illegal, it was classic Jake Paul: loud, over the top, and desperate for the spotlight. Meanwhile, Logan Paul seized the moment to make a grand statement during an interview. Speaking directly to Tyson, Logan tried to paint Jake in a new light, spinning a tale of Jake's teenage years filled with grand dreams of becoming more than just a social media loudmouth. Logan's attempt was a last-ditch effort to add depth to Jake's image. Logan Paul painted Jake as the next Rambo, ready to save the world, but let's be honest, imagining Jake Paul as a Navy SEAL is like picturing a penguin climbing Everest. It just doesn't add up. The guy who started as a Disney kid and then pulled pranks on YouTube doesn't exactly scream elite military material. Logan was swinging for the fences, trying to cast Jake as a disciplined, battle-ready soldier. But let's face it, this was a desperate attempt to rewrite Jake's narrative. The Jake Paul everyone knows is the guy who did wild stunts for views, not someone seriously considering a military career. And Tyson? He wasn't buying it. Mike Tyson wasn't buying any of it. In classic Tyson style, he swatted away Logan's defense like a pesky mosquito. During an interview, Tyson's response was blunt and to the point: I'm not going to let him hit me. Put my chin out there and let him hit me. This short, sharp reply was a reality check for anyone buying into Logan's story. While Logan tried to sell the idea of Jake as a secret warrior, Tyson wasn't falling for a word of it. He had seen it all before, and for him the fight was about who could back up their talk with real power in the ring, not who could spin the best tale beforehand.